Welcome to Juicy Goes Online, live from Florida. I am St. Cola, and I am joined with the amazing, the fantastic Jog in the Box. How are you doing, fam?
I'm doing good, my friend. It's funny because I just picture you right now, like in your chair with tape, and your body's attached to it, and there's a microphone because you've been at work, my friend. And it's so good to see you, like, getting all these. You're not getting these opportunities. You're working for these opportunities, and you're kicking butt doing it. It's so good to see you more and more.
I appreciate the love, man. It's, that's the good thing about having, the online tournaments. It's very easy to quote unquote travel. Like, I'm from Chicago. People don't know I am from Chicago, but it's good to, be invited out to some of these, local events, things like that. That's what's one of the things about COVID that we can kind of like be happy about, is to have the ability to have all these online tournaments, things like that we can jump in on and help out with. But again, it is great to come out and commentate some different type of action from the Florida scene. We have who do we have? Who do we have on deck?
I know. So I know Shin Matt's in the bracket. There's Jay Caesar, Florida, and then there's Troy Boy. That's another one. And also from Georgia, we got Mr. El Forte player Shadow Ace himself.
That's so weird because when I'm looking at the screen right now, I saw an ad. Let's see if it pops up again. No, it is Ed. I think it's going to be switched. So Shadow Ace is an Ed player. That's kind of weird to go from El Forte to Ed. Kind of a different change of pace. Ed, kind of a different change. Not nearly as annoying as El Forte is. There's other annoying characters in this game like Mika and things like that that maybe kind of fit that style. But it looks like he's going with the Ed pick.
No, it's kind of. If I was to be a stream monster, a Twitch monster, I would say, why? You're going from simple to simple, right? I mean, realistically, El Forte is actually pretty hard, but
yeah, like he is kind of hard, but he's also super annoying. But this character can be kind of annoying too. They kind of buffed his flicker ability to make it so that he is able to kind of lock down people a little bit safer. Keep the pressure on and really chip away. Very difficult though. I still think he's kind of one of the weaker characters, but being a weak character in Street Fighter 5 isn't a bad thing. All right, locked out the V skill. Shadow Ace. This is a character we don't really see. Again, that's the benefit of watching locals. You get to see all the variations. I don't see many Ed players.
He has a few good tools. I think 3-frame, and then he also has like a invincible versal. Not the best, but it's still there. It's better than none.
Yeah, I mean, especially in this game, have that option, scare people. There you see the EX coming out in the combo, trying to get the throw. Great back walk from Caesar. Needs to do something, but not able to do so. Shadow Ace checking the walk back.
This is not. Well, I was gonna say it's not really a character that people are switching out of nowhere. Like these are all loyalists to the character.
Absolutely, like this is a like no one's gonna pick up Ed right now or Ryu. They're not gonna be like, man, I'm gonna become a Ryu player or an Ed player. There's some people that have definitely put in the work. Wow, the dash up baited out the interaction of the punish on the parry, but here we go. Jay Caesar with the throw.
I like that.
Backing off a little.
That light kick buffer the Ed. They have very good awareness.
Okay, the final knockdown, and he gets the stun. This is the turnaround. Jay Caesar needed. Finishing off with the DP, nice and easy. Jay Caesar swinging it around.
And these are completely different rounds. It's good, interesting to see what will happen here.
You also got to think about, like, there we go. Yeah, I was going to say the firewall pressure. How are you going to deal with that if you're Jay Caesar? The parry game was good, but we've seen Shadow Ace kind of bait that out. Let's see if either one can finish it off here.
I do like besides that missed attempt at anti-air. Wow, good conversion.
Gotta have like, you gotta go right into the super.
That's the last round. Use all the meters.
You're gonna build it back anyway. Street Fighter 5. You'll build that back up real quick and easy. And you got in the corner, which I think is a great position for Ed. He does have a decent backdash and kind of skate away.
Good block speed.
The field.
Good block speed. Easy anti-airs.
They're gonna keep him in the corner. Back to mid screen, but here's the DP off the V skill. The follow up, no fear at all. Just going in. Speed trigger. Yo, tossing right over. He knew. Shadow Ace was waiting for him though. He was ready, prepared, camping away. Seems to finish off his spray, nice and easy. But how's he gonna do that? No big punch on the sweep. There's the crush, and finally the activation, charging the fireball. But the EX DP from downtown. You see him catch the limbs that were checked out there. Yo, wild play. But it worked out for Shadow Ace right there.
Yeah, I mean, So either you take the unblockable or you go for the EX. So either way, it works out for Shadow Ace. Really good awareness on his part. I like the spacing that he's playing in this matchup too. In a space that he can react to fireballs, he can anti-air very well. So Shadow is looking pretty strong here.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty solid. And I do like the, you know, I was watching on some of the streams today. You look at the Twitch monsters out there. They always talk about, oh yeah, it's always rush down in this game. But you saw Shadow Ace backed off and kind of, you know, kept the defensive a little bit and didn't just overextend. Like that could have been really bad, but wasn't. But just in general, Shadow Ace's game plan of just like not overextending too much has been working out quite a bit. And I think that's kind of part of the meta, the higher part of the meta of Street Fighter 5. Wow, what a parry. Gets a throw. Jay Caesar, though, staying solid. This is his time. Let's see if Shadow Ace can crack open this defense right now.
Oh, okay.
Punish.
Punish.
Oh, catch Jay Caesar.
I wonder if Shadow Ace is gonna know that and go for the low instead. I mean, he has risky lows, but he converts. Oop.
Conversion on deck. Bonus frames. Hold all these reversals. Had to do it, but still in there. Shadow Ace. And again, we talked about the corner pressure this character can do if he backs off a little bit, those easy DPs. He sees that final confirmed. Will Jay Caesar let him have it? Yo, the walk under it. This could be a huge turnaround. V-trigger on the deck. Stack electricity. Beast go on the other side. Jay Caesar taking a turn there.
Oh!
On the clock of the collarbone.
No, that didn't kill.
A little bit more though. Yeah, we've seen this before. Tatsu over. No, he's gonna block this off because we know that Shadow Ace will return something in kind.
I like Jay Caesar's idea here.
Until he got thrown. It's a hard situation because Ed locks on the screen so much, and so like, what can you do but take that throw?
I still do like approve of what Jay Caesar's doing. You know, he was going back, he was letting him come to him, but did it a little too hard.
Fireball pressure in neutral here, right? You know, if you up with his fireball, so I can change the speed to them, and I think that's pretty good for a zoning game. Obviously, it's can't get blown through. You know, not the best in an anti-fireball game kind of like this. But yo, the reset, try to get the throw. Wow, what's up with Shadow Ace? Jay Caesar not out of this just yet. I like the walk unders, just using that walk speed, just kind of smooth on through.
Hold this. Good check by Caesar. He knows the frames.
Let me save the game. He's been in there. The reversal. The Great Life is building. Let's see if that turns out to be anything. But here's the V-trigger activation. The lockdown. Yo, the throw. Yo, the corpse move. The juggles.
I don't know if he got the overhead or not. Oh. Oh. It's not dead.
What is going on? The spaghetti. Both of them trying to find a hit. Collarbone connects. There we go. EX Hatsu. Jay Caesar. Here's the punch. I wish you wake up with something, he says. Jay Caesar about to lock it on another V-trigger.
Oh, no,
Tatsu right over. You know what? Oh, never mind. I didn't see the bar at the bottom. I was going to say, you can take that punish, but this one's going to hurt. It's CA, and that's going to put Shadow Ace in the lead. He can backdash away to his safety, but he runs into the hit. What are you doing? We're just talking about how you just chill. Unfortunate activation. Now Jay Caesar has the lead. You see the help. They're just walking away. Trying to get the jump in the parry. And the check in the air with the heavy punch. Jay Caesar. With the air to air.
Man, displaying a little bit of patience.
That's the thing, is like, you know, Ace could have had that. He just backed off, just walked away. It probably would have for his benefit, but he ran into that move and put himself in a situation where he had to advance. Now both of them putting the pedals to the metals here. Just really going at it. Charging up and up the EX fireball there. V skill V reversal. Some distance between them.
Oh!
Let's get the jump in, big DP.
Okay, gets his. I like that. He doesn't cancel from the hit like that. Saving the possible activation or using for V reversal. Okay. Into air. Oh no! That's hard. Oh, okay. For the no punish.
Jay Caesar, he's bleeding right now. Shadow's looking nice. And clean gets the EX, and that's doing it right there. Shadow Ace with the confirms. Shadow Ace.
Who thought you'd be commentating this match tonight? Ed versus Ryu, right?
Not me. I'll be honest. I did not think I was gonna be, commentating some Ed action. Like, but it just be like that. But that's a good thing about locals. You get to see all the variations of these, the people that come out here. You're gonna be playing different characters, especially with the season that has kind of opened that meta up to allow more characters to be able to work their gameplay.
I agree, and it's like you said, it's only the faithfuls that are still sticking it. I don't know why, but they are. But it's people, they spent all the time, they spent the grind, so the matchup it can the butt. But I think Jay Caesar, he displayed it pretty well. Just missed out on a few anti-airs here and there, but oh geez, hiccups. Yeah, I think he didn't play bad. There was nothing wrong, but it's just I'd always just outplayed him mostly overall.
Yeah, that's one of the things where like it's easier again said than done, like with a lot of stuff. When it comes to like Street Fighter V, right? Like it's finding out the meta of this game. Like when the game first dropped, right? Everyone was like, "Bro, this game's easy. This game is like the easiest game ever. The combos are easy and all that stuff like that." But none of that really matters. What matters is that you like the specifics between the characters and stuff like that. And if you've worked this far and the game's kind of melded its way into being like a more structured game, then it's then like you're gonna be rewarded. I think if you play low tier, you could probably do some damage at like maybe not like a big tournament, but like mid-sized tournaments, like low ones, you could do some big work, maybe win them, regionals and things like that. But when it comes to like big tournaments, you probably need a secondary. But that's a good thing though. If you just need a secondary, like that's a good thing. And like I think most characters, even if you're at the toppest of tiers, you probably need a secondary anyway. I mean, you play Honda, you need somebody else, don't you?
Oh, 100,000%. I agree. I'm actually, it's only been like a day or so. I'm actually trying to learn Seth myself. I think he is very good.
So you watched the CPT online this weekend, and you saw how powerful that character was. You saw the strength of Seth. You saw the voraciousness of that character.
Yeah, I saw all that, and my thought was, oh, people are finding these things. I don't know. I guess it's losing a bunch of them online. It's just like, I always thought, man, how come nobody's talking about this character? Like, pretty good 2 V triggers. Okay, I'll finally admit V trigger 2 is pretty good, but a lot of tools, very good character, just low health though. Very good in the right hands.
I think the low health thing is like, I've ruminated on this, and other people have had discussions about this. Low health is not really like the biggest deterrent if you think about it, because if the character has low health and they kill you before that matters, and they get triggered earlier in the round maybe than they would typically if they have like more health, that might be to their benefit. You look at Akuma, who has every tool in the kit, and that dude he lives to do everything. That he has everything and more. So Akuma definitely very super strong, and I think Seth is like that too, where they have all the tools. Everyone when the character came out, people were like, "Yo, the fireball game is too much for this character. You got to be predictive with your anti-fireball stuff." But it's like he has so many tools around them, it doesn't negate that, right? So that character really great, really amazing. So if you got to have a secondary, they got to be able to complement what you have. So. But it just depends. Like even if you have Rashid, there might be some matchups that you just don't feel comfortable in. Like even though you win every single matchup or go even, you're probably uncomfortable. You just want to like Guile or like Cammy. You just don't want the problem with that to happen. So
I think Seth is a character that you can actually just. You don't need a secondary. Your first secondary is good enough, right? That's what I say. I
feel like you can make it happen. It's just going to be more difficult. And that's just how it is. I think that's how it is with like you saw Sakura on Evo Japan. Like you might fight some people who are way, like your matchup is going to suck. Like you have a terrible matchup spread, right? You might fight that. You might fight someone who's like, oh man, this is like like they're my demon or whatever. Any of those things could happen. But you saw how Nauman put in the work, did it all from winner's side with Sakura, a character people thought was trash.
It's another character I thought was good. I don't know why people were downplaying her. I was like, dude, I don't care. I'll kick one of the best ones in the game. Anyways,
I don't think she's. I never thought she was bad. Anyone that ever thought she was bad, they were whack. And I'll tell you another character where I don't think they're that bad. They got nerfed quite a bit, but they're not that bad. They still got some strengths. Is Birdie. That's a character where they kind of nerfed his tool set, so you can't be a wall anymore. You can't just wall off people with your buttons. You got to be really, economy of buttons got to be right. And he definitely lost his probably one of the best anti-airs in the game with the crouching medium punch. He still has the strength. He still has the neutral. He still has the damage. And he still has the stun output that can melt a lot of characters, especially low health ones.
Yeah, I think the character. I think the character to me is still very good. What?
You good, Alex? Okay.
Round one.
All right. While he does that, we're moving on to the next matchup. Phoenix Wright versus FBG Player 8. Where's that B? 100% sure.
Oh, okay. Real setup.
Front of the face. So we trade with those DPs. He woke up with it.
Good stuff. Yeah, I think Birdie is still really good. It's just his autopilot is you can't play autopilot like you used to be.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. You got to be really chill with him. And it works out. You see the stun and the done. There's a finish. Phoenix Wright taking the first round. And FBG, you got to calm down with them DPs, brother. Swinging out a little too heavy.
Interesting thing. So Phoenix Wright to me, like, because I've been playing Birdie since day one. Very good player. He's getting stronger every time. But the one thing he said is, "I'm going to make top 8 MLB PC online one of these days." And I think once he puts in the work, he's going to do. I think he's going to do pretty well.
He's looking super solid right now. You see his neutral? Oh man, this is going to be a hell of a lot of damage. Not dead just yet. One more sequence. Oh, he thought he was going to wake up with the crouching medium punch. He waited in front of his face. He said, "I dare you," and he called it at the right time. Called Phoenix Wright, Miss Cleo out here with them reads. The first one goes to him.
Love it. Anytime. To me, like, crouching medium punch as a grounded button is one of my favorite things. I don't know why. It's satisfying to hit.
When you get the current, you get some, get some extra damage. Or I'm sorry, extra combos off of that. So basically, you do get extra damage. Yeah, I mean, Birdie's one of those characters where, like, even though he's been normalized, he's still really fun to watch. Like, to me, I think he's still like fun to watch. Still fun to play against, especially now. That he's not just completely mindless. And you're going to see a lot of players that we put the time and effort to kind of grind him out until he's working on neutral. They're going to definitely do a lot better, I think. And they're going to be the ones that are going to be doing it better with the start anyway. EX, okay. So they're just go for the medium punch.
Big body, he has pretty good tools. Really good normals. His specials like that, very good, hard to react to. And Frame 1 armor, it's, not many characters have that, but he has Frame 1 armor with bar, very, very good tool.
He's got the fireball stuff too. But Phoenix Wright, oh, there we go, gets it confirmed, the counter hit, waking up with it.
Yeah, you're gonna if you want me to stop pressing buttons, you gotta make me stop pressing buttons.
You know what? You get so much of the count hit. Why not? Nice crouching medium kick, gets to the first one. Tatsu. EX though. Clean up pressure, throw up the can, fall on it. No! EXDP for the return, take it back. Phoenix Wright.
Oh
nice,
no, that was a drop.
That's a flush. Oh, it's unfortunate.
And this could be a little more. Time to guess. Oh, that was meaty! Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, slap him.
Medium punch.
He'll set up.
Oh, man got nervous with it. Unfortunate. He got super nervous. You saw him. He was shaking. His hands were shaking on the controller. But I feel that you're on the verge of death. You throw out the EXDP. You're trying to stay alive. You want to stay in the winners. But now you got to go down to the dungeon. It's just how it be. But you know what? That's, on the other hand, what makes it so obvious to read those DPs is when they're on the verge like that, you're like, what else would they do?
Good awareness by Phoenix, though. Like I said, he's getting better and better. And I'm excited to see him progress in this game. He's from nowhere, Orlando, but he's better and better. But yeah, like you said, Birdie's still good.
Birdie definitely still good, and these have been some great matches so far. Seeing a lot of great variety too. Remember, people, this is Juicy Goes Online, so we got the Tekken and Street Fighter on the Tuesdays. them fighting herds, and Dragon Ball on the Wednesdays. There's a lot of variety in the games offered out here, and also CEO Online Edition. I know that just happened. They did the Ultra Street Fighter 4, MK Aftermath, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Check the archives for that. There's Florida Caliber. Hook up with the Floridians out there in the Caliber, swing them swords around. They got the information. Check the bio for the Discord link there. And the online summer series, that's July 5th, July 26th. And you see that twitch.tv/fight sessions, female competitors only. And then obviously there's the online summer series, the 28th, the 26th, and the 30th. Check the links right down there, RedKings_FG, and then fight sessions also. And an online summer series for the Killer Instinct. The same days you see the 25th, the 30th, and August the 27th, all in different places there. Again, this is juicy game night. We online with it because COVID's still happening. People going outside without their masks, and don't let me see you without a mask because I will slap the taste out of your mouth.
Well, don't go to Florida. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it looks better. It looks a lot better.
It's good now. I mean, not that it looked bad before, but it looks good to me.
Yeah, it looks fine here. So everything looks great. We'll be looking at the next matches here. You said Florida, but Chicago. I walked outside to walk my dog, and I had to stay in the middle of the road because people were just breathing without their mask. Or they'd have the mask and it'd be on their chin, and they'd just be like, "Oh, I'm tired of wearing this." Yeah, you'd be tired of wearing that thing in the tube in your mouth. Intubator,
yeah.
They don't listen, but you know what? At least we have this. This is the thing. The FGC, if we are nothing if not, resourceful, being able to use the things that are given to us online, and I hope this is kind of that hint for Capcom, Namco Bandai, ArcSys, to say the online experience is super important because that's how you foster even more growth when things like this happen. What can you do with? You can't go to your locals. How are you supposed to support the games?
Exactly. So I'm trying to mute myself in between hiccups. Quick funny story about COVID. Mom and stepdad, my mom had to get a procedure or whatever, and they needed a test at a certain area, like a drive-through area, and it was drive-through with the cars and all. You don't even get out of your car. The car behind them and testing, and they said it was a lady that was coughing and hacking, so she had she was pretty sick. She was getting tested, good and all. The people that were distributing the tests, like the doctors or the aides, whatever, they weren't gonna exchange gloves. That went to my mom's car. It was my stepdad who was like, "Are changing your gloves, right?" Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, true story. That was 3 weeks ago.
Good old America. Good old America out here. We just get ready for another wave. We're gonna get ready for another wave of Street Fighter V action, people. You guys want to see some variety, and we definitely have it for you. Shadow Ace out here with the Ed pick, and now Shamat with the jury. Definitely be coming through with the jury a lot, doing a lot of work with this character. And this is never this. Before I was like, oh, a secondary, but the way he's playing it, like a primary. And to be honest, you gotta play any characters that you have on your team as if they were your main pick, right? You gotta put the time and effort. Just instead of just going for damage, you gotta have all the setups, the specifics, everything down with this character.
And it's kind of fun because I was going to mention Gentleman Thief earlier because he's one of the only people I know that's like, oh, I'm going to pick up Ed as a secondary, and he's been sticking with it, but he plays both of these characters, so it's Gentleman Thief versus Gentleman Thief? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he plays both. Let me see him around. Hope they're doing okay. Activation of the V-trigger there. Gets the throw, wipe the shoes off, does it again. Gotta put the other foot on.
Well, try to beat out some. I like it. That's fast walk speed privilege. Being able to walk back out of throws.
EX the what a smart move. Shin Matt ready with it. Back throw. Ace even things up with that back throw there.
Oh, he did.
Sparking it up. Gets the hit. There we go.
Automatic shimmy.
That was good stuff right there. You saw a lot of, again, character-specific things. You saw going through the V-trigger fireball right there with the EX flip kick.
Yeah,
you
know,
have those.
this is kind of an interesting set because I think from their respective scenes, these people don't have the other character in their scene. Like, I don't know if there's an Atlanta Jury player. I don't think there's a South Florida Ed player. So it's kind of interesting. Let's see how much each other knows about the other character.
I don't think there's an Ed player anywhere, to be honest. Shadow Ace trying to make it work, though, but it's not happening. Gets stunned. Oh, shit, head.
Okay, that's fine.
Super. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Still gets a super. I don't know why you looked at him. Trying to really put that work into that man's mind. Okay. It's the winter semifinal. So, I guess you got to make a statement here and now. Shinmat trying to go back up to Grands, working his way on there for another win. I guess you got to do those things, huh?
Yeah, it's interesting because he plays Bison. Bison's his main and Jury's, I guess, his other main, but like, he was saying that he wants to put in the work with Jury. She's the more technical character, but he's, dude, Bison's so easy. But, that's why I want to play Jury because she's so difficult and it makes you think, really puts in a lot of work, but with hard work comes frustration sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it also is good to have a secondary that maybe complements your primary, or quote unquote your primary, in a different way. Like having a DP, having a reversal kind of stimulates that pressure. So that might be one of the better things there. Looking for an EX DP, baited out, gets a punish, closer and closer to stun.
This is another character I'd like to hear your opinion on is Jury, because Sanford Kelly this past week was saying, "Oh, this character is top 10." What do you guys think? And a lot of people were disagreeing. People were agreeing, but I don't know. Pretty strong though.
I think it's not that she's top 10 or anything like that. I think a lot of characters in general are really good. I think Sanford just is getting to the point where he's like, man, all these characters are actually good. She has a lot of faults, but it's hard to see him right now the way Shinmat's playing. Find the shimmy, gets the hit. Shadow Ace still gets checked. Unfortunate.
Bun is actually mad good. Jury stand medium kick, mad good Bun.
I mean, it's so good in a lot of matchups. It's a great poking tool, and you see it beat a lot of buttons for a lot of characters. Great control, and that's what the character wants to have, right?
And it's pretty fast.
Here we go, Shadow Ace trying to come back. Shinmat on match point here.
Ooh, I kind of like the style of the Shinmat. Oh, what a jump in with the stores. It's good damage.
Yo, the jab. Anti-air? Okay. Goes with the V-trigger. I think block. Shinmat though. No, he melted, but not a big punish. Let's go for the throw. Oh, really bad.
Look at Strong.
Don't get opened up. I just said, don't get opened up. CA on deck. Not going to use it just yet. Wants to wait for it. The bait, the punish, the win. Shinmat moves on in the bracket over Shadow Ace. That was heartbreaking. Man didn't even use EX for it. He just threw it out there. He said, I'm done. I'm done.
No, I wonder if that was a prediction for throw, because I wonder if that's like one of those like throw invincible moves like first frame. So that could have been a hard to read on defense, but not paying out for Shadow Ace. Good job to Shinmat making it through.
Yeah, Shinmat really been leveling up out here. A lot of people might look at the ranks and things like that. Look at the top of the screen and be like, yo, this person's this rank or this rank or whatever. But honestly, that doesn't tell you the whole story. A lot of people don't play rank that far, or they grind with their friends. You saw like the Big Bird and Angry Bird. Their accounts are like rookie and like bronze because they don't have a lot of people in the rank scene that they can't go through with, and it takes so long for them. They're like, why would I, forget this? I'm just gonna, I'm gonna chill. I'm just gonna, run this in Battle Lounge, and obviously they're top level players. So what you see on the screen should never be an indication, especially in these online tournaments. People have to keep that in mind. If you see somebody with a low rank, that could just be a dude just chilling in Battle Lounges or a second account. You can make them Smurf accounts real easy. So just saying, it ain't a thing to always look at the top of the screen there.
I think it's funny how when CJ was doing online tournaments, like nobody knew of his serious account, so everyone's like, dude, why is he just a rookie? And it's like, he doesn't play it all online. Like, no, he has an online account. It's like super high rank, but he's secretive about it.
It's I think it's like Bonefish or something. Like one of the Bonefishes or something like that.
Yeah, so there's like Bonefish or A2, and so like there's two accounts. One of them, it's like the I is an L and the L is an I. That's the main difference. So they the same. The ranks are different. So one is the higher one is CJ Truth, and the other one I think is Asian Demon.
That's so wild that they both have like similar names. Like that's
Did it on purpose.
Yeah.
One of them did it, and the other one did it on purpose.
Trying to steal the other person's shine. But you know, again, online ranks don't mean anything, especially a lot of people just nowadays are making secondary accounts or it's not the real one or whatever it is. It is what it is. So like whenever you see this stuff on an online tournament, don't take it for don't take it as like a, you know, that's the Bible, you know, this is gonna be what it is. But we're gonna take you to another match here. We got a Birdie versus Colleen matchup. Never mind, he mixed me. Troy Boy out here with the big boy, Abigail.
Oh man, so Troy Boy, he knows all of these two setups. You don't really see him compete online. He's more of an offensive player. This guy's actually a third strike god, but like he's been putting the work with Abigail since release.
Does he play Hugo by any chance?
No, he does not. I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think he plays Street. I forget who Street Fighter, but it's not Hugo.
Oh. Usually people stick with the big boys. So the walk back, the movement here, confirmed. All the tire out, doesn't matter. Oh, nice.
He jumped over it. Yeah.
Had enough time to do so. That was great timing by F.
Oh, hard read.
Punish though. Gotta be careful with hard reads. You see those come out so often, but those hard reads, you know, there's always a risk to those, and depending on how much health you have, you can't take too many of those risks, or who you're fighting. Round start sweep by Troy Boy.
Yeah, speaking of hard reads.
Just round start with it. Yo, the confront right with the super. Here we go. I'm sorry, the grab.
Backdash my throw, I'll back dash your throw.
Look at that Abari right there, the neutral jump, big punish. All the tire, this is looking bad. That's one of the reasons why this matchup's so hard. The buttons for this character on Abigail's side are really great, but the armor is the equalizer to keep things solid. Prince Wright's got a lock in the corner. The immediate, nope, V reversal, call the tire, assist me. Yo, the punish though. Hit him twice to make sure it was nice. You saw the crouching heavy punch and the tire come out.
I think that was like, I think that was luck on Troy Boy, because I think he was just trying to, you know, get the tire, and it just so happened to hit Phoenix, right? So, you know, good look on his side.
Gotta make sure he's dead. Gotta check the pulse, make sure he's done.
Which, you know,
taking the first one.
You know, if that was me, I would be like, yeah, it was intentional. I crouching fears that way.
Yeah, bro, that's tech. You know, that's tech.
That's reactions.
Right? I think in the, you know, in this match, you probably know this, you know, from your years of playing Brody. It's like you gotta stay on top of this character. You really put him down because, you know, he gets going, and it's just a world of hurt. The normals and things like that. Great punish. Put him in the corner. Get the command grab. Get the brain rattle.
It's a weird matchup because these characters fight each other well. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I see the command grabs and things like that coming out in armor, but I'm not seeing it right now. I see Troy Boy going in with the Metro Crash, the V trigger too.
I remember back in the day when triggers came, the second V trigger came out, and Steve Blue was the only one in the world. It's like, guys, V trigger 2 is so good. No, V trigger 1. Now it's a different world. I mean, that's what happens when you know V trigger 1, I guess.
It is, but it's also, you know, time that it just takes to find, you know, like the setups and things like that, how things work on the neutral. It's really good now, especially with the change to the game. Nice. Gonna get the CA, gonna get the health lead. It's Oki after this. Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom, bro. If Troy Boy gets hit a few more times, he gonna get that trigger too.
Gets a follow-up. Go for it, okay.
Gotta put him down now.
-6.
That's right. But the the crossover, oh my god, the back heavy too. Yo, Phoenix Wright got freed up by Troy Boy.
ABIGAIL wins.
You know, not that Phoenix, right? I don't think he reacted correctly, but that's another case where, yeah, the birdie nerf really sucked. That low, you got that low jump arc of Abigail, medium kick. Yeah, that crouching medium punch ain't gonna work anymore.
The cross up also from Abigail has always been kind of weird. So when you have to deal with that with a nerfed anti-air button, it you know, speaks volumes. So it will be Troy Boy going over Phoenix Wright. And again, I told y'all, don't be looking at the plat, at the diamond, mastering, any of that. Just be looking at the action that we got on the screen here to see the level of play. And again, it's great to see, you know, the variety. Abigail's one of those characters where when he got busted, everyone picked him up. I picked him up, but people started dropping him afterwards and like kind of going back and forth. And even with the nerf that he got recently, where he's not as strong, he doesn't get that strong corner carry with the walk.
Yeah.
They kind of pulled that away. At the same time, he's still a strong character. Like, he still melts characters. He's one of those characters where even if he loses a matchup, It's like a few reads, and it's done.
Yeah.
It's a done deal.
And he still has the long range to to really keep up. And the nerf that really got me was when they extended how far the pushback was on crouching light kick. That was like the 3-piece combo where you go for stand light kick, crouching light kick, stand, and then with bar, you have to use bar to combo from that.
Yeah.
The tough part was I was gonna make a tech video because there's an option select that I created where you do that string, and there's an option like where EX run comes out. I was gonna make this video, and the next day they released a patch note. I was like, "Wow, good thing I didn't spend all that time making that video." Yeah, that's the second time.
It's just one of those things where they try to normalize the character, and it sucks to take away tools, but it's either you take away the tools, or you have to hear people complaining online on Twitter constantly, making videos where things that they may have done wrong in the first place to lead to those problems. You gotta listen to that stuff, and it's just like we're just gonna take this out. He still got a lot of fun stuff. So Abigail's still very strong. We're gonna be seeing Troy Boy come up against Shin Matt here, and this is winners finals. So we're just first of 3.
Yeah, this is what I like was that when I was sending the link out for the bracket for people to join, Troy Boy said, "I'm not joining unless Shin Matt joins." So here you go. He's got his money's worth.
He's using V skill too. I do not see that V skill used much. Sometimes Jessica will use it. He hasn't really found a complete method to his madness when he's using that. So it's just kind of based on feel, or maybe how he's
what
kind of feeling the matchup. But this may not be one of those. Let's see if Matt can make this happen. Stocking up again, throwing out the fireball. But the tire, that just not having that V skill might be a problem. Big punish right here, the EX. Abigail punch, smashes it out. The max distance, he'll take that trade because the tire's coming your way. Pick him up, touch the sky. Looking extra flies, Troy Boy.
I love that throw. It's so simple, but I love it.
It's so great, and it's one of those things where you have to be looking out for, and you set up a game where you cancel into something and you wait for them to jump and you just punish them.
The annoying part is that it's throw invincible once he starts to throw. So sometimes, I just want to throw, then you get thrown.
Oh no! He's out though. Duration. Tex. Backing off. Troy Boy trying to finish his play. Calls out the tire. With that V skill, I feel like this might be a little bit more difficult for Shin Matt to kind of approach. You don't have on the other side, the behind me, the Nani, the back throw. Here we go. Shin Matt. Let's see back V reversal. Oh. You see the gray life building up. Shin Matt gotta be careful. Crush counter sweep. We're on the neutral. Does have a lot of bar to work with. Entire means.
Oh no!
Maybe if it was EX that might have reached.
The guts on Shin Matt to wake up, jab that cross up.
Yo, the balls. EX though. DP. Shin Matt trying to bring this back. No V trigger. No problem for him. He's going in. But the jump back light Troy Boy with the air to air.
That looks easy, but with the Abigail extra jump frames, you have to time a little bit earlier compared to other characters. So really good awareness by Troy Boy. Everything was working for Shin Matt, but Troy Boy still maintaining the composure.
I like the safety of that too. If you would have got checked, you probably would have just flipped back or whatever, knocked back. You wouldn't have lost the positioning too much. If you went for a crouching heavy punch, there might have been a punish or another anti-air. That could have set you in a worse situation. So Troy Boy picking the right one. Looking good in this middle finals here. Again, scrape the ceiling.
Oh man, he was ready.
Yeah, shouldn't have to call out. Pick up the phone.
Afraid to hold up.
You gotta be. You gotta put in their minds. We're gonna see a punish. Yo, the cross up. Still up with the V skill.
I don't care. It's Michelin Man in your face.
I like how he stays at that range to punish that too. You can't call out for free. But the neutral jump, you let him do that? Shin Matt, you got a DP. You let him do that? Tire though. Oh, Shin Matt. EX answering back. He's one more for the finish. But the back heavy, the hurt box reel back. He's gonna go to the super.
And he'll get hard. That's one of those salty losses right there. I can feel that for Shin Matt. That's a salty loss of a round.
To be honest though, it was a smart thing. It's a smart move from Troy Boy. A lot of Abigail players will kind of wake up with that because it reels their hurt box back a little bit in a way that the moves might miss. It's kind of a defensive tactic. And yeah, if you're not looking out for that, you know, meteorite, you'll get struck. Troy Boy about to put up another one on the board, make it up to 2. Gets the sweep though from Shin Matt.
What a sweep.
Yeah, Shin Matt being a little more agile this round. I see him backing off a little bit, finding those shots like a sniper. Gets the confirm. DP.
This is where it gets annoying for Abigail. You kind of got to hold this B trigger one jury pressure.
It's either spin up via reversal or parry. Oh wait, you don't have that. All you got is your tie.
No.
Let's get the back up. Like, see, this is kind of good. Here we go. It's the problem.
He still gets
here.
the
Yes! Keeping the pressure on, making Shin Matt crack. Enough for a super, yes, sir. Troy Boy lands it, built the bar at the right time, and that's going to be 2 up for Troy Boy.
Is that quick or was that quick?
I'm telling y'all, you make one bad mistake against this character. Yo, Dark Ice in the chat said, yo, Shin didn't go Bison for this matchup.
Yeah,
One of the things is like, to me, like, as a Bison player, I think he does well in this matchup. But the problem is, even if you do well in a matchup, if you get put in your back, like, it could be a done deal, right? Having a DP, having that back walk speed and the back dash speed are great things to be agile against, like, you know, this character. But, you know, what is on paper isn't always the right answer. We'll see if Shin Matt, though, is going to change it to Bison and find something with that. You know, even, you know, you win the matchup, but, like, do you know the matchup? Do you know how to play the matchup? Do you know how to be defensive with Bison? Because here's the thing about Bison. He's super strong. He's stupid. But if you can put that character on his back, you put the pressure on him, he gonna crack. And a lot of Bison players, they don't have that defense. You got to really lab out the defense, specific situations and things like that to stay alive, you know? Everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're downplaying Bison. Bison, you know, downplaying. No, he's dumb. His offense is dumb. But his defense, despite having a 3-frame and a decent V reversal,
no Bison.
You know, not always enough. And it's, yeah, no Bison this time. Shin Matt sticking with the jerk. He just needed to calm down a second. Just ice the boy, but let's see if it's enough.
So, St. Cole, like, a weird question. How important do you think it is to channel your character's your character's personality, real life persona to your character's personality? Like how Hawaiian Shirt Man, like, he's the, you know, he plays the party character,
He's the party,
right?
He's the party. But
well,
you know, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but the thing with Troy Boy is he's an IRL diesel mechanic. I think he's the IRL Abigail channeling that inner power up.
He's feeling himself. He's like, listen, I'm about to tune this dude up right now. I'm about to dismantle him, take all his parts out, charge him, overcharge him.
He's about
he ain't ever heard of.
IRL vroom vroom.
Listen, it's not working out right now. Shin Matt might have found something, but back heavy again, the defensive. And goes right for the super. Oh my God, watch the damage. Watch the red right here. You ain't dead just yet, but you got one more guess. Troy Boy, you got one more guess. The meaty the throw. You can't do nothing about that one.
That's that. In that situation, True Crash is plus. Jeez, Shin Matt, normally he holds up on defense, but not that game.
I mean, you got the meter to EXEP, but, you know, if you miss that, you get punched. It's a bad call either way. Troy Boy got him in the corner, looking to finish this off with the neutral jump. Good call from Shin Matt. Gotta do more work here. It's a long rope, but the EX will go through the neutral jump again. No, Shin Matt.
No punish.
Great call outs. Back throw though. It's another one. Again, there's that movement, that butter gliding around the arena. But man, that back heavy. We've seen this tape so many times. It's a rerun. Don't let it be like that, Shin Matt. I'm trying to watch a different show here.
What a buffer there.
Yeah, had it all locked down. Shin Matt got him locked down though. The super on deck. He's looking for that confirm. I know he wants him off this character because honestly, you don't leave Abigail alive. We saw what happened before. A little bit of meter left on deck, but the medium punch to do it. Troy Boy striking down Shin Matt to the loser.
Oh, good showing by Troy, but I was not expecting it to go like Troy Boy side, but good job to him. Really good stuff. Abigail still doing damage in 2020.
I mean, we haven't seen him in the brackets, on the online brackets in a while either. So it's like, you know, maybe they don't, you know, maybe people just don't have this much data. Dark Ace had said, you know, that's the last time you seen him was like season 3. Maybe at one of the Sunset Monthlies. Man, if it's been a while since he's played, maybe that's the tech. You just don't play Street Fighter. You build up all that energy for a fighting game, and you just come out and possibly win your locals because now he's on grand finals winner side.
It's funny because I've seen him recently play at the CEO online event for Ultra Street Fighter 4. It didn't do too bad, so maybe it sparked him to play some online.
He just decided to come through now. He's just like, what's going on here? Like, maybe I'll play some Street Fighter 5 too. Why not?
Yeah,
But that's a skill transfer sometimes.
Yeah, and his best game is Third Strike, and you ask him, who do you main? The answer is the cast. He's one of those people.
That's funny.
I like that. When you can main the cast in a game, like you really mastered, you really love your game. Like it's a lot of time and dedication of like a 20-something plus year game to really putting in the work and effort. Like if you play Third Strike, I think you probably have a lot of the characters like, at least at this point, you got like them locked down, right? There's some that maybe don't have it locked down as much, but
it kind of reminds me. There's this guy featuring Mir. He was a Malaysian guy who moved to Florida for grad school to get his PhD. He moved back to Malaysia, so I was going back to that Southeast Asia CPT online tour because where were you? Because he's in Malaysia. He just forgot. I think he's like Malaysia's third best, but I was bringing him up. I'm old. Why did I bring him up? Oh yeah, so when he first moved to America, I picked him up. I was like, hey, I'll pick him. I'll bring it to a local, whatever. And his English was very scratchy, and he's like, oh, my main fighting game was King of Fighters '98. Yeah, who do you play in that game? Oh, serious voice. He said, random select.
Holy shit! Imagine you could just play in the entirety of like a 30, 40 plus character cast at a high level. Have the teams down. It doesn't matter what teams you have. You're ready for anything.
That's what he said. He's like random select.
See, people out there, y'all gonna love your games like that. Where you can play everybody. You gotta start loving your games. Where you can start playing everybody in the damn cast. That honestly, you're looking at other games. Kizzy K, he plays Grand Blue, Guilty Gear, and he plays multiple characters in that. And I would say also probably Beautiful Dude and them. They definitely have dabbled in other characters enough where they can use them, maybe in a casual setting, maybe not in a tournament setting like that. But they understand the characters, and I think that's very smart to have that lockdown where you can say, listen, I know how this character's going to play. Maybe if they're not my main, I know what they're going to do. And, that's going to help your knowledge of the game, how, see it from their side. I think Sanford has actually went to Laura to kind of say how that character works, and he's like, damn, her neutral sucks. He's like, her neutrals absolutely terrible. You watch how Idon plays, you're like, man, this character's easy. You just mix people all day. But to get in against a lot of characters is actually, a lot harder than it seems. So, Idon being, OD, it's,
Idon is just that good.
Yeah, it's just him being really good. It's not the character. I make fun of him a lot. I'm like, yo, your character's broken. Your character's busted. But
okay, Poison's a different story.
Poison top 10. Actually, where would you fit her at?
I would say right above. I don't know, but she's just really good. Has a lot and does a lot of damage. The V skill 2 buff, okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good too.
That some of her worst matchups getting normalized a little bit more, and her getting some other buffs here and there, I think really helped her out. And I'd have to kind of look at her matchup spread. The problem with a lot of tier lists is like nobody's really looking at the matchup spread, right? Of each and every individual character. Most people don't play Fang or Alex and stuff like that to be like, well, he loses to this, this, and this, and or they care enough to like spend time with those characters. And most can't be impartial, To be honest, I saw Kawano's list. That was one of the rare times that someone put their character in top 5, and I was like, you put Colleen top 5?
Yeah, that's a big statement.
That's, to put your character and that character in top 5 is kind of wild. And Rashid lower than that? But then I'm also like, who does Rashid lose to? Like,
yeah, but did you see who else was in S tier? Did you see who else was in S tier?
Who else?
I'll give you a clue. It starts with an S.
Seth.
Yeah. I don't know.
Laura top 10? Dark Ice, you feel like that? Laura top 10? I think the players are just really good with Laura. I think if you're good with Laura, like in the first of two, I think she's really good. In the first of three, things start going downhill. So as a tournament character, I don't know if she's like a stable character. The thing about Laura and a lot of characters that are like below top 10 is that they have things that ruin their stability in a tournament setting. Any character I think can win if they try hard enough, they have the right luck in the brackets, or everything just aligns with them. I think every character can do the work, but not every character can do it consistently or do it as stress-free as some other characters. If I'm playing Ryu and I make top 8, I'm sweating. If I'm playing Akuma, probably not so much.
Say it louder for Shin Akuma next time.
Where does he think Akuma is right now?
Oh, I don't know. I was just he was complaining about Honda. I faced him in ranked, and I was like, dude. He was complaining about damage. I was like, dude, you play Akuma, just hold it. But going back to the multiple characters, I think that's what makes Knuckle Dude to like amazing is that he plays like 5 to 6 characters like at a very at the top level, but they're all different. They're not all the same type of playing characters. They're different.
Yeah, that's again Knuckle Dude, and you can see the signature style of Knuckle Dude. He just kind of has this like. He's so frantic in the way he plays, Mika, G, Cammy. It's not a very like paced out person in a good way.
Yeah, I mean Mika, you kind of have to be frantic.
Yeah, you definitely do, but you also have to have like the neutral. Okay, so Dark Ice got his top 10 up here. The Rashid, the Yuri, Bison, Chung, Colleen, Karen. Oh, Karen. Cammy, Akuma, Laura, and a tie between Kyle or Seth. Yeah, where's the G? What's going on? Where's the G, bro?
Oh yeah, no G. Abigail bottom 1.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that one. I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to some other Abigail players. They won't have to convince you. The way you playing, I don't know about that. That damage, that character. The thing about Abigail is like, unless they nerf his damage, he'll never be. I don't think he'll ever be bad. The fact that he can come back from a lot of stuff because of his damage, but we're not gonna be seeing Abigail right now. We're gonna be going back to the Ed, a character who is not in top 10, but can still do some work.
I think right before the last change, Abigail got the 2 nerfs. I think it was so funny because a lot of people were putting Abigail top 5, top 7 at the time. Deservedly so, whatever. But it's funny because that character only got worse from the season before, if I'm correct. Birdie kind of had the same treatment. He was kind of kept the same, but people put him in top 5 like a year and a half ago. Speaking of Birdie,
here we go. We got him on the screen. It's your boy.
Here we go.
First, gets the throw. Yeah, gets a command grab, sliding on through the DMs. Try to hit him with the heavy, didn't work out. Shadow Ace on the other side here, keeping the pressure, gets a throw. This is dangerous. You gotta either spin that bar or just do that right there. Wait for the moment to use that and it works out. Punish. Oh no, you are in trouble, my friend. Back in the corner, you go with this throw.
Oh, good check on Shadow. That throw's not real.
Woke up with it, baited, punished. EX, spin the bar like that.
He dropped it
though. Interruption right there. He said, I hope you throw out a B skill or anything. I'm going to check you for it. Shadow Ace using the full screen right there. Oh, try to bait him out with some reaction right there. Him with the flickers. The confirmed. Phoenix. Try to finish him off with that final hit. He's got trigger too.
This is so scary. A jab get
instant over here. And
what a jerk.
Bro, you said a jab could do it. What about a light hit? Instant overhead flavor. There we go.
What a jerk! To me, I love it when you do that, but it's like, oh man, it's still a jerk move.
It's even worse when you don't see a lot of so there's some characters that they have that, but it's like you don't see it come out too often. Shadow Ace pulling out the head right here. Nice, like in the corner.
Unfortunately for Birdie and Abigail, you have to believe that every character has an instant overhead against you.
Yeah, that's true. When you have such a big body, a big boy. Oh, did that crushing medium punch just work out? Nice stuff. Reversal.
I'll consider that fake news. Anti-airing with crouching medium punch.
It was a bug. It was a glitch. It was rollback right there. Here we go. Phoenix down in the corner with the itch. Overhead wipes his shoe off with it.
It's hard to react to.
Yeah. That's one of those ones where it's like, you know, overhead's like, yo, it's easy, bro. Just block them out. In the heat of the moment, you know.
Oh,
it's always easier said than done.
To me, like the birdie overhead, it's kind of faster than some other characters.
It's that
Looks faster.
You see any interaction, you think it might be a light. You know, it could be so many other things. Mental stack is a thing. Speaking of stacking on, Shadow Ace with the continuous pressure here. Anti-air the crouching every punch. Doesn't get the control.
Gets him out of the corner. I like it.
Check him with the V trigger behind the deck. Holding him down, trying to open up with great blocks from Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right. Even though it's -5, you're definitely taking the bullhead.
Can't take too much more. Shadow Ace, V reversal. Take a single more hit, and there's a jab to do it.
You know, that's one of those moments like, wow, either Phoenix is really good, he checked him, or he just did it. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah,
I'll actually, you know, at the same time, like, that check isn't like it's a pretty low risk, right? Throwing out that button, that's usually a great button to throw out there in general just to finish people off. That and light kick, that's the dessert right there. After a big meal, that's the dessert. Just a light dessert right there. Phoenix right with the first one. Yo, the jump back, but you put yourself in the corner.
You know, a lot of people say, like, why do you go for the light revenger? You know, but it's one of Birdie's only knockdowns that he gets a real setup off the dash.
Have that on deck. Punish.
We could have did more.
More. Why do you need to do more? You need to do more.
Pretty shimmy. He was good walking command throw.
Be reversal to keep the stun on. Yo, you'll take that hit. That stun's still there. That damage is big too.
I was just about to say, I'll take the hit any day.
We'll take that command grab though. Phoenix right on match point here.
So one, you know, like in command grab, it's kind of weird because like I always wonder why do people complain about command grab characters in this game? Then getting command grab yourself, like, oh, that's why.
That might be the issue right here. Backdash, B skill. Yo, I'll play with you. Listen with the super. Spend that cash right now. And, you know, you build that bar up so fast. I get it. You get the screen position right here. If Shadow Ace can keep him in the back, you know, this might be good. Keep him back in the closet thing.
What an air to air.
Just dash right up in his front of his face. There's no fear. Shadow Ace is going in. He's gonna make the comeback. He's gonna sweep things around. He's going in.
Oh yeah,
the flicker's just eating through the armor.
That's the awareness there by Shadow Ace. You know what's nothing to lose from that.
I also like the knowledge of using the flicker, the multi hits on the flicker to eat through the armor, to eat through the EX there. Smart stuff. The backdash and the smoothing, everything working out, but not those drops though. What are you doing, man? Too froggy out here.
Living in a time where crouching me and punch works. Here we go. Oh, nice low.
Get some meaty.
Oh, that's why not? Why not? Right? It's -5, but can't punch it. Ooh, max damage. I like it. Good stuff, Phoenix.
V-trigger's coming out to play. The tag. Shadow Ace still alive. He's got meter to work. It doesn't matter though with the slide. The dolphin dive. Shadow Ace is eliminated. Phoenix Wright's gonna be moving on. Oh, it's not the dolphin dive. My bad. It's a slide. Dolphin slide. Yo, Jocks, what is the name of that move?
Bull slider.
Bull slider. There we go. I remember.
Literally bull.
Bull slider.
And that move was super cheap in season 1 and 2. Like, it was basically unpunishable unless you did it like right in their face. But that move was mad good season 1.
Definitely super strong. I mean, it's still strong. You saw how under fireballs and things like that. Great space control and great play from Phoenix Wright. Moving on to looks like losers finals here. So you know the first of 3 when it comes up. But before that does, I want to give big thanks to people out there watching us, saying what's up. You know, in the chat, people hanging out, up their tier list like that, like they're good. You know, Karen, still good. I think she's still top 10. Karen's one of those characters where I think she's still top. I think she's still top 10. But you got to worry about Nikali and other characters and stuff like that too. I think people are kind of forgetting. Remember the characters that people don't like see typically. The Collie's up there. That's
It's a good
Abigail's
character,
top 10.
So it's an interesting thing. I have that Kawano list. One of the most interesting things, so it's S, A, B, C, D tier. In B tier, Dalsum is up there, and so is Sagat. Everybody was saying Sagat was the worst character in the game.
I think Kawano is. That's the thing, is like his character. I feel like when people make a tier list, they look at the character that they play and how they are in relation to them, and and also Japan rates their characters differently. They kind of worry more about the characters that they've played against in tournament more often than not. That's why you typically see like G. I mean, he used to be at the lower end of things. That's why things get a little bit more wily when he's around. And same thing with like, was it Poison was rated top 3 by Fudo?
On this list, so correct. If left to right is best to better. So it's Seth, Akuma, Colleen, Yuri, and Guile top 5. Then it goes Akuma, Colleen, Yuri, and Guile. Then it goes to Poison, G, Chun-Li, Abigail, Bison.
See, that's the thing, is like, again, like maybe Guile being that strong, is it because Guile's actually strong, or is it because he's fighting Daigo all day and that character feels strong and his character loses to that character? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Guile's weak. Same thing with like Sagat.
I think that's what they think. It's like, oh man, Bonchan whips my butt with Sagat. This character has to be really good. They're probably thinking the same way with Dalsum. Oh, man, YHC Mochi is whipping all of our butts. He has to be good,
And similar, like, you probably don't see that many good Zekus. Like, there is Yangman, and who was the other one? I forget. There's another one in Japan. There's one in Japan. Yangman, I think, is in the Asia region.
I think Yangman is China, but in Japan, Momochi plays Zeku.
Not as much anymore. Like, he's not a Zeku player. Yeah. Like an actual like I'm talking like Angry Bird level, like Zeku player, Gunslinger, someone like that.
I'm done with matches, Bushin style, the emote, whatever.
Yeah.
If they're not doing that, they're not a Zeku player.
Yeah. But like
Zeku's in B tier in that tier list. Zeku is B tier.
But the thing is, like, you look at his matchup spread, he either goes even or wins a lot of matchups. There's a lot of matchups where he goes even with, but there's a few that he loses. So why would he be in B tier? If you look at Sagat, there's some that he goes even with, and there's many that he loses, and there's a few that he wins. Why would he be in B tier? Are you kidding me? Like, the thing about Zeku is I feel like a lot of that character is like, you have to really play someone that's good. A lot of people who play Zeku are trash. They're really bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of wily ones for sure.
I mean, they rely on a lot of gimmicks and things like that. They're maybe not really good on those confirms. You compare the level of Zekus to Angry Bird, who can play such a fast pace that like is very difficult to deal with. I played Angry Bird in casuals. I couldn't see a damn thing on my screen. I was like, bro, I play Bison. I'm locking you down. How am I getting pressured all day? I got beat so hard. I was like, what if I played Zeku? You know how you get beat so hard, you're like, maybe I should play this character, man. I should try this.
That's kind of my thing with Seth. That's kind of my thing with Seth. And I also want to learn a DP character, Hitbox.
It's fun. DPing on Hitbox is fun. Learning on Hitbox has been a new experience. Like, it's just very like, it's been difficult like the first couple of months, but now it's been like, a lot of time has been invested, and I play other games on the Hitbox. It feels like it's second nature. I don't know if I can go back. That European robot guy, best Zeku? Yeah, Infectious. That's the other person I forgot about.
Yeah,
then also, how can you look at Infectious and tell me that character isn't stupid? Okay, I'm just saying.
He plays him pretty clean.
That's the way you gotta play him. Other Zeku players don't do it. Same with Birdie. You gotta switch your things up with Birdie. When you're playing this character, you gotta be a little bit safer on the buttons and see if things right to do that. This is losers finals. So it's the first of 3, but whoever loses is going home. No wonder.
I wonder if Shin Matt here is going to pull out the Bison at all. Well, I guess we'll see how he does in this first game. But
you gotta make a decision, like, if it happens, you have to do it like sooner rather than later, because you'll be locked into that if you wait too long. You gotta be able to turn that off. But he's doing good right now. Switching the tables here with the activation. the bullhorn. Oh no, this is where it begins. But I do see some meter on the deck. Shin Matt.
Where's those godlike one hit confirms in the super?
We saw it before. Yo, Phoenix right with a walk up.
I mean, that V trigger one walk speed is damn good.
And I bet a lot of people kind of forget about that buff, like that character has that, you know. Maybe you haven't seen too many birdies, and with so many characters in this game, you kind of forget that, oh, wait, he's got this too.
Yeah.
Shin Matt did react, and he got pieced up for it. He's still coming down. Cancel on the ground. Yo, still able to avoid that put. Push right in the corner, but we're out of there.
That crouching fears, it just catches so many characters' buttons.
With the bullhorn. It's a jump in. EX on the other side. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
gets the
still
feature.
low. Yeah, Shin Matt ready to pop.
Oh, he's been checking that every single time. So good awareness on his part.
I mean, you don't want to get hit with that. We saw the damage that command grabs do from his character. You don't want to get smacked with that. The walk back, the fade away. DP gets the stun. Shin Matt evening things up. This is what I like to see. Shin Matt using that walk speed, walking outside, and really checking Phoenix right in his approach.
Also has that jump speed too. That like, it's like Rashid that they can, that, you know, they can dash and neutral jump, and that's a shimmy in itself. Like, you have to be ready to anti-air that. And if Phoenix right anti-air that neutral jump, that might have been a different. Game might have ended differently. Big no. Trade combo.
E gets the EX though. Shin Matt activating. V reversal. No go.
He's ready.
Down the ground. Yo, Shin Matt awareness right now. He is up on 10. He backs off. Then comes the front. He's like, listen, I'm just gonna back off for a second. I'm good with it. But now you back yourself into the corner.
This is a guy that has a ton of birdie experience.
Fakes the throw, gets the EX. Shin Matt taking the first one. You see how he reached for it? And all he got caught was a foot, was a face full of foot. Like he got caught just getting the shoes wiped out on his face.
Yeah.
Shin Matt though, able to acclimate and say, listen, all I gotta do is stay outside your ranges. I'm cool with it. And if you can't be walling people out with your buttons, you know, as birdie, it's gonna be a difficult time. That's one of the things you gotta worry about. Phoenix Wright, is he going back to the battle lounge?
And you know, if you wonder why he won that game, it's because of her. If you look at her hair, that's a clue because of the conditioning. Because Shin Matt conditioned him that he was gonna walk a throw there, and you know, Shin Matt baited him.
He hit him with the what condition? My condition is in.
Exactly.
But he had the reads. You're absolutely right. Shin Matt definitely had the reads on the man and put his foot down. But you know, this is one of those things where like you as Phoenix Wright, you gotta be like, listen, I gotta be better about what I'm doing here. I can't be so obvious with my approach, and I gotta worry about the walkbacks of Jerry. Maybe interspersed with crouching knee kicks, kind of check some of that stuff. Really use the economy of buttons the right way, you know. But he's going to Yuri and he says, forget the economy of buttons. I'm gonna use the economy and meter, the EX tackles and things like that going through, and you got big fat B skill 2 coming through. The 8. That's one of the biggest buffs this character got.
New #1 character by many people's eyes now.
You know, I don't believe that, but I'll say he's still very strong. I would say definitely he's like
Very,
third
very
place for
good.
me. He's very good. He's absolutely good. One of those characters like he's strong online and offline, but he does take a little bit more work than what people think. You know, he does have some gorillaness, but it's gotta be technical. You gotta be technical with the gorillaness. You gotta put the thinking cap on and you can slug it out. Freaks right, get thrown to the corner.
That's why he's repping Wii Gorilla.
Yeah, he knows
Gorilla.
where he's at.
We are in the Congo because it's gorilla time, right?
But you're slugging it out. Your B skill on the other side. Nice. Use the head to go over the fireball. Great knowledge.
Frames. The hard part for Phoenix, right? He may not know, but Shin Matt used to be a Urian main back in the day. So, Shin Matt, let's see if he still maintains the awareness of seeing his own character. You know, form. That's gonna be it. Nope.
The finish gets it back though. Yo, the only thing Prince Wright is aware of is getting beast up. You saw the trades, they were slugging it out, but it's Shin Matt that took it that way. Baits it out, punish. Had time to stock up a little bit of that V skill too, or V skill one. EX.
Like Hunter store.
Yeah, push it outside the screen there. The fireball coming through, yo. calling the thunder from the sky. That's ignorant thunder right there. EX headbutt though. Shin Matt waiting for a moment to just bait it out. Yeah, activate also.
Oh.
Wait a little bit too long on that one though.
He delayed it perfectly.
Gets the back
Oh gosh.
throw.
Still has Aegis. Okay, oh, he blocked it. Okay. No, but he gets clipped.
That fireball. Saves the meter. Mix up. Oh no! Phoenix right got freed up. Got hit with a super shit map. Found the right moment to find the confirm and finish him off.
Wow, man, what did I say earlier? Jury medium kick and good button, but I think she was in V trigger, so every button is good in that case.
That's really how it be. This is a character where, like, I feel like if you don't know how to play her or play against her, like you haven't had the practice, you haven't had the time really to play against the character, it's going to be hell. And I think Yuri has a lot of great tools against her, but it's one of those matches where I feel like you have to really understand why you do well. You have to stand outside those ranges to really deal with the character's normals. I don't see a lot of the heavy punches coming out. The crush counter buttons, none of that stuff coming up from Phoenix right here. He's getting pieced up. Headbutt raw in the neutral. So get a counter hit activation though. The blocks didn't block that one though. Gets a crush. Prove me a liar. Back in the corner. Constant pressure here.
He's out of the corner now.
Yo, gotta use those knees some way, right? Ain't using to hit him. Activation crouching medium kick.
Oh, he didn't block the overhead. Nope. That's
The
punchable.
combo. Oh, you getting punished for that one, my friend. A little too long for that. Anyone's game right here. Dashing right through.
No.
Excuse me, says Shin Matt, because I'm about to move on to grand finals if Phoenix Wright doesn't stop him. Yo, that's the frustration EX tackle right there. That's I don't know what to do. I do it all the time. I know what that is.
Totally a frustration EX tackle.
Listen, just be like that. Just be like that. Get CX confirmed. The flip out again. So many backdashes you see from Phoenix Wright. Just trying to stay alive. The check again. Rolls up the EX. Waste a meter. Stock up that ignorant thunder. One more hit will do it.
Oh, grabs him out of store. Okay.
It's reflector on the deck.
Block. Oh, good block.
So you're too obvious. Not this time. Didn't get too much off of this one. Though. Gets the counter hit. There we go.
Ace.
Gets the EX tuck in the corner. Almost a stun to wake up EXDP.
If he used bar, that might have killed. Just stunned, that might have killed.
This will though, Batista bomb, the back throw. Frick's right still alive, but yo, that was hard fought. And those were, some mistakes here and there for both players. And it's looking so kind of hard for Frick's right to deal with. It's a throw though.
And some anger makes right. Maybe he can direct that anger in a good way. There's opponent. Double crouching fierce. It didn't work once, maybe twice, but it still didn't work.
Yeah, like a heavy kick, just to catch those cross-ups to see if it's gonna work, You're getting locked down. EX to the corner. The check. I like that from Phoenix, right? But I'm not seeing too much off of that. You cannot be throwing up the fireball. You see the walk back. Shin Matt knows what you're gonna do. Back throw though. Switching up the sides. Chasing out the heavy. 3 blocks from Shin Matt. And the ground still down. And he goes in. Phoenix Wright does have all the meter. Not enough yet. DP. It's one more on the other side. It's Shin Matt looking for the return of his win, the return of his crown, the return of the king as he puts down Phoenix Wright. Yo, that Urian pick, one of those things where like you gotta really lab that out and understand some of those matchups. It's a very strong character, but if you don't know why you win, it ain't so easy. But
Yeah, and it's one of those cases too where it's like you're learning a character, and sometimes like all the lab work, it's not equal to you're in that pressure situation. Even though it's online, you're in a tourney match, you paid however many money to get in here. There's definitely a little bit of pressure on the line, so you can't replace it in training mode. So I definitely respect its idea, but yeah, it didn't work though. But I like the attempt.
I do like the attempt. And that's one of the great things about having things like this. Of course, the Juicy Online and many other events that are online as well. You can try out this stuff week to week, practice your character back to back, understanding the flaws of your secondary or your primary characters or whatever you got in your pocket, and really understand why they lose, why they win. Review the tapes, go back and get stronger every single week. Speaking of someone that's getting stronger, Shin Matt is a person who had won, Juicy, and this wants to retain that title. Like, they've been growing and growing, but they got to stop Troy Boy.
I think Shin Matt is really ready for the salty comeback. As you can see in the chat, where bring that ass here, Troy.
Oh man, it said go easy on me. Go easy on me. When someone says go easy on me, you know what that means.
I actually realized I gotta fix Troy Boy's sponsor.
Oh, he's sponsored.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a funny one.
Yeah, put that up there. Make sure that people know, who's backing Troy Boy and his Juicy Online adventures.
Oh, that's an easy one.
5 kids.
Oh yeah, that's right. He has 5 kids.
Troy Boy's got 5 kids, sponsored by his children. Did they all just bring him their pocket change? Say, Dad, we got your entry fee. Here you go. Win it for us so we can get some pizza.
I'm so stupid. I thought it said skids. I was like, what's so funny about that?
Round 1.
Yo, 5 kids, Troy Boy. He's got the family in the back cheering him on. Say, Dad, pick the top tier. Pick the top tier, Dad. Oh no, don't let it be like this. Don't let your kids watch this mauling right here. As Shin Matt is going against the EX. No bait there on the jumping.
Being family man.
So it works not here. And we were talking about this before. The low health, low stun of this character, when you're not able to work, it's a problem. It becomes an issue. You can't really use that health as a resource, and you get pieced up. Shin Matt with the first round.
No, I think Shin Matt is at a point where he's like, I don't care about this set. I need a steamroll, so you have to pick Abigail against me.
Forcing. But I don't know, man. Like, at this point, like, you could. I would rather put down Shin Matt, to be honest. I don't want to be dragged down the losers bracket in the dungeon with someone this hungry. I want to be well fed before they come down there, or clean them up before anything happens. Troy Boy has to lead though. He's got the meter too, and this character is very strong. But the interruption, you cannot be doing that even online.
No, I was gonna say I don't picture dungeon food to be so tasty.
Probably not so good. This is gonna be nice jump in. Right there, Shin Matt with the first one. Yo, Troy Boy, you better start picking that Abigail, bro. Pick up that Abigail. Your kids are watching. They say, Dad, just play your main. Stop messing around.
Maybe Troy Boy has to take the controller from the kid now.
Oh, he's passing it around. Every kid gets a turn. Shin Matt has to fight the kids from the youngest to the oldest.
Round 1.
That's wild, dude.
Makes sense because he can. So the kids can be the 3 games reset, and he can lose the last 2, and then he still has the last controller. So this could be a team battle of Shin Matt versus the Troy Boy family.
Absolutely, could be. Let's see what happens though. Oh, missed the dive kick. You see those lights come up, light kick like that, the knee in the air? That means he did not make his dive kick at all. We have those on deck. Next Tatsu, dash up, interrupt though. Shin Matt gets hit with a heavy kick. Such a great button, such a great tool. As an anti, it's a great incoming tool.
It's so weird looking, but it's so good.
It is. Y'all gonna check that frame data. Use that button more often. Yo, he goes in. Shin Matt with it confirmed. Catch him low. He's not blocking his toes. I'm getting the punch to stun. And man, you might just be done. Yes, sir. DP, no meter spent. Shin Matt says, listen, I don't know if this 15-year-old's gonna be able to do it. Bring it on to the teenager. Y'all gonna keep going higher, man. Side switch. Yo, Shin Matt is angry right now.
He's playing angry.
Yo, wake up with the buttons. No problem.
Plus frames.
EXDP though as a return. Checking him. It's just both of them waking up the buttons. Waking up with no meetings. Nothing there.
I think that was more like a, hey Dad, you can wake up the XDP. Oh, okay, good idea.
Right. He's like, we'll get some videos of Seth on the side. The kid's trying to help out. This could be big though. This character does a ton of damage and trigger. On the other side, you see the life just dwindle away. There's one more confirmed to really do it. Either person. The jump in. Overhead gets blocked, punish. No! With overhead, what are you both doing? Both of them had it in their hands. There it is, finally, the crouching mini kick. He had it the first time. Didn't land the confirm, but did have it this time. Troy Boy? The set's starting to come together. I guess he handed off to the third one already. He said, listen, you got to play now. We ain't waiting.
There's an anti-air.
Oh, jump
yeah.
in.
Almost done.
The whipper. There it is. The walk back. That crouching mini kick button so good for this character. Super, yes, sir. Built it right at the right time. And that's a perfect KO. He handed the control over to the fourth one, the second eldest, and said,
Someone's getting a gold
leave
star
him to me.
today.
Listen, he said, the fourth one said, leave him to me. Leave him to me. Dad, don't worry about it. You go on and do, whatever you gotta do. I'll take care of him. But man, I gotta admit, the crouching mini kick, maybe not always confirming, but just using that button really well in the neutral, and just the confirm's starting to be there. Starting to see a brand new person with Seth play. So now we're all evened out. Let's see who's going to go, if it's going to be a reset, or are we going to go down to dungeon, V-skill in the neutral right there. And it's pretty good against Jury. I think mid-screen, which you can't really do much. And the heavy kick, yo, this character.
He listened to you. He heard you say press that button more.
I felt this guy, again, he's listening. Yo, he's got the stream up. He's like, yo, I'm saying this, I gotta do it. But here we go, Shimmat with the punish. If you start outside the distance and you kind of wait a little bit, you can punish it. Great EXDP though, the reversal. Shimmat being pushed in the corner. Crouching heavy kick. Wiping his shoes off before he comes in the house.
Guys, Seth has no abusable buttons. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what could those possibly be? But here's what I'm saying, the low health, overhead max distance. Shimmat taking it back there.
Oh, another
But
thing that's
hard
so strong about Seth is that throw game, the shimmy game, is so strong, especially when Seth throws you in the corner. It's a nightmare.
Absolutely, this is not a character where you don't take the throw and it's fine, whatever. Like even with Street Fighter 5, that's kind of a problem. But like with Seth, the constant pressure, the constant plus frames, all the tatsus and things like that, very difficult to deal with. And I like that Shimma's starting to use the fireball too in the neutral to stem away, Troy Boy from using the V-skill. Can't dash through, all that stuff. You'll be stepping on that.
Wow, what a
heavy kick. Just throwing it out there. What are you gonna do about it?
It's the slowest buffer in the world.
It comes out and it's doing a lot of work for Troy Boy. If he can even this out, it'd be even Steven right here. And looking real nice.
Oh, just this time.
Yeah. Shimmat gonna get it. The back throw, the wake up, talk to him. V-skill on the other side. Crush, punish, done. Shimmat taking another game. And this is the thing. I like how you to walk back away from the punch right there and get the crush counter button. You see a lot of Shin players, a lot of Seth players try to go for that. They try to go for the button right after, and they're also the distance. If you can punish that, you just kind of walk back and you got the walk speed with it. Shimmat about to reset the bracket.
I think Shimmat's saying, "Give me Troy, give me Abigail."
Yeah, he said, "Bring out the real one. I'm tired of seeing this. Just because you watch the CPT, man, don't mean you got a Seth." But we'll see here. Troy Boy, this isn't the worst Seth I've ever seen. I definitely start to see some of the ideas come together and start to see the game plan formula.
Oh, that heavy kick.
The anti-bro. We told you about that. He heard us in the chat. EXDP, you don't get to play. You don't get to play. Troy Boy, keeping it with the target combo. On point, gets a throw. One more will do it. Another one.
Oh, it's so easy. Shimmied by Seth.
This character, I don't know how. This character dropped. People are like, yo, they're strong. And then weeks later, it's like, maybe that's so strong. And it's like, you start to see the work, start to see the people putting the time and effort into this character, especially that this character, to me, doesn't take that long to get at a reasonable level. They're very strong. They have a lot of tools. You see the Tatsu come out. You have to interrupt that. You have to take a chance, take your shot to interrupt those Tatsus. Troy Boy on the verge, putting two up at the board. He's got to be able to finish off Shimmat here, though. Jab check, gets a Tatsu at the end. Shimmat still stuck in the corner. Trapped like a rat. The activation, though. The find those confirms though. Gotta find that final hit.
No interruption of the V skill.
Medium kick. Okay, activation from Troy Boy. This trigger's super
Oh, no
strong.
punish?
This is one of those triggers where you line the confirm and then you get so much damage. You saw it before.
Oh yeah,
What?
especially if yeah, because that CA gets buffed too.
The stop plus. What are you doing? Answer back. Shouldn't. Doesn't know. Oh no, the raw stuff didn't even cook it. Don't let it out there. Didn't cook it again.
Let's go, Troy.
Baits it out
Yeah,
the
do it again.
DVP. He's just doing it.
Do it again.
That's the frustration right now. But here we go, Shin Matt saying I'm not gonna be a combo clip. Gets the hit, and now we're even up on rounds. Shin Matt on the verge of resetting the bracket. What's down to lose? Big punish right here.
Oh, he drops it.
Drop. Gotta pick those up. The 5-second roll.
Oh, okay.
Cross counter.
Hit. Front. Yeah, the heavy kick just in case it catches something. We all know what it's buffered to.
Oh, of course. It's a throw though. Troy Boy. Overhead max distance. He can block, but they won't attack you and get that beat trigger going. Or just do that. For the activation isn't gonna happen.
That's
One more hit.
basically-
Gotta be careful though.
Skill 2 is basically just Rashid Mixer, basically.
I mean,
Dash
it's
mixer.
so hard to deal with it for a lot of characters. You have to be really good about throwing at the fireball. Just as I said it, Shin Matt knew it. Gets the super confirm.
I think it's a drop.
No. Okay, open up. He's that crouching meter kick. He's buffering it heavy. Look at him. He wants that. He's hungry for it. Nothing would satisfy him more than a confirm off that crouching meter kick or anything at this point into some trick. Then we
Damage.
have the trigger action. There we go. On the other side. EX. Gonna finish this yet?
No anti-DP yet.
Yo, gotta have those cross cuts on deck, Troy Boy. The trade. Shamat in the lead could just wait this out. He's at 20 seconds on the clock. He doesn't have to jump into anything. Don't have to overextend. But he did so. And now it is even 2-2. Troy Boy looking to close this out. Shin Matt, we're going to take this all the way. But I'll tell you one thing. You had 20 seconds on the clock. All you gotta do is walk back to that fireball. You gotta stay solid. You gotta stay chill. You can't overextend. That's so difficult. And it's a hard lesson to learn, especially when you're so close to winning the grand finals.
I think Shin Matt is not going to hear the end of it if he loses grand finals to this set. He's not going to
Honestly,
live this down.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like Troy Boy got a set. Like this is not
It's
a
not.
weakness set. It's maybe not those formulated sets and there's all misconceptions, things like that. There's a lot of wily things. There we go. Neutral jump. Finally figuring out how to deal with that. So
The
he's taking
V
it.
skill 2 is making me laugh so hard.
It's just him just coming out with it and just shit. Matt just kind of staring at him like, what the hell are you doing? But it's working out. Axe kick. There we go. The trade. No big deal. You're right in front of him. Troy
The
Boy.
heavy kick.
Crouching heavy kick. Yo, that crouching heavy kick is so good to check this character in the neutral. The jump back.
Love it.
Yo,
Get
all
it.
that business. Taking his turn. Come on. EX going with it. EXDP. Troy Boy. Okay,
So
real
close
solid
to
right
winning
now.
this round.
He's got the feature on deck. He sees that confirm. So he's gonna be able to find it with Shin Matt gonna take this back.
TV. Oh, he
Just a
turned it
little
back.
bit.
When that beats the dash, that's just a two-way little. Okay, good choice by Shin Matt there.
Yeah, very
Are we
smart
gonna-
stuff from Shin Matt.
Are we going to see the reset, or are we going to see this victory by Seth?
Ah man, don't let it be like that, yo, Shin Matt. You might be hearing this on Twitter. Troy Boy going off, all 5 of his kids hitting you up on Twitter. Be like, bro, you got handed by my dad and his set. You just picked this character up yesterday.
Oh, with the egg
Yeah.
avatars.
They all have different egg avatars. Yo, Shin Matt trying to not make this happen. He's got him on stun closer, one more hit for the jump with the heavy kick. There's a jump. That stun's so
Squeaking
high.
damage.
This is gonna be a lot of stun, a lot of damage here too. I mean, actually, any hit right there. There it is, the overhead. He was in a situation where this would have been super difficult. The overhead, cleaning it up. But man, if he would have got hit any other way, would have been stunned and done. But Shin Matt, resetting the bracket to Shin Grand Finals. Want to put his name on it.
I just think Shin Matt right now, he probably lost like 2 pounds sweating that last game. I do not want to lose to this.
You saw
I
the
do
beast
not.
come out like 17 times. He didn't do nothing, but he's like, I'll neutral jump, and then it like goes underneath him, and he's like, all I get is a light punch punish. What is going on? But that's the thing is like, if you can't control somebody like that, you gotta hold that pressure. You gotta hold that. And yo, you could tell shit, man, definitely working hard to put that set down, but it's not over yet. Is Troy Boy gonna pull out the Abigail? Is he gonna stick with the set?
Oh, Diesel Man by day, vroom vroom by night.
It might not. We'll see. Yeah, we thought it was all about the Abigail. The set wasn't looking too bad, but this is the grand finals reset. It's the last match of the night, the first of three. At this point, we're gonna bring up the real stuff. We're gonna see the Abigail come up on deck, and it is. He said, "No more playing around. This is my true form."
And Shin Matt. I think the OS Shin Matt's gonna have is, oh man, I lost 5 people versus 1. It's not fair. I think that's what he's gonna do next.
Let's see though.
Oh, the
tire
tire.
coming up. Cross up. No back though. So this has become a problem. The tire, even though she can kind of skate through the V skill, we've seen the interactions where it just benefits Troy Boy a little bit more.
How lucky
The damage
Shin Matt.
differential is just way more. The check though on the flip, nice stuff there. Fireball coming through with the V skill too as well.
Oh, it's hard to answer that jump roundhouse.
It's a DP ender. You'll get cross up. You gotta hold all this damage. He's jumping right back out. That cross up again.
It's gonna be stunned.
You called it, and Troy Boy finished it.
That jump, I don't know who thought, let's give this 8-foot tall character a very low jump arc. Man, that's hard to deal with. Jump that when it's right on your face and he jumps over you. So you have to block, switch side, and then you have to think, am I gonna challenge it or not? Oh wait, I got hit.
Absolutely here. But Shin Mad though, so I'm not gonna let anyone jump on me. I'm just gonna keep the ground game nice and solid, nice and easy. The trade.
I just look, but I mean, even though it's a huge life lead, oh, never mind. I was gonna say he has all those resources to make that comeback.
Final round.
He had it, but here we go, evened out here on rounds. Dash up, gets it confirmed, but the jumping, the misses coming out from the
Tire?
sky. Here's how it gets. Yeah, the tire coming through. You have to back up. No.
That looks so godlike.
No. Don't let it be like this, Shin Matt. Don't let it be like this, Shin Matt. Try to get that reset.
I think he tried to use
Didn't
bar, but it didn't come out.
Rick gets blocked with the jab check. Man, he had him 3 steps ahead.
Abigail wins.
And I
Troy
think,
Boy was solid.
I think that was just like he hit 2 buttons, but he only hit one. That's one of the things I'm learning going to like a stick, basically hitbox buttons. So yeah, those little mistakes happen. But yeah, Troy Boy taking it. I have kids, they're up a game.
Fight.
See how far they can go though. I mean, got the 5 kids behind him cheering him on. Let's go, Dad.
Wasn't there a network called 4 Kids?
Yeah, I mean that's the one that Sanji from One Piece, instead of having a smoke, he had a sucker. Like it was like, come on.
Oh yeah, and Digimon was on there.
Yeah,
He had a sucker on. I need to. That's funny.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, like that's his thing, smoking. Like he just like puts a lollipop in his mouth. Like, damn, that's not how we do out here. Read the manga, just like Troy Boy getting the read right there. Joe Crash tried to get the anti-air, didn't get it though. That was a smart idea, but just not the right time. Troy Boy stocking up, you're stuck in the corner with this character like this. Trigger all gone, but the tire coming through though. Cross up, into jump low, didn't get too much though.
Plus frames.
Shin Matt staying in there. EX trying to catch him up. Lean back though. That lean back, Shin Matt staying alive.
If that grab landed, that would have been a dead squash jury.
Absolutely, Shin Matt with a good reads. You gotta be careful with this character. I told y'all, this character, it could be anybody. Anybody can get pieced up. The amount of damage and stuff that they do. Shin Matt trying to keep the pressure on to make sure that doesn't happen. EXDP on reaction, the medium punch, the flip out. Troy Boy does get the back throw though.
Oh, this is a scary situation for anybody. Not because you can get that piece kill.
Sometimes you have to take the time. You just have to take the time and say, listen, this is just part of my life right now. I'm going to take the time that it makes it. The Shin Mat's in the lead. One more sequence probably do it. If you can find those hits, how much meter to really work with here. Troy Boy trying to find that activation, a little bit too desperate. It does work out though as he finally activates. But the throw, still alive. Overhead gets blocked, doesn't get a big punish on this Metro crash. Oh no! The super! Are you kidding me, Troy Boy?
Troy Boy is so good at that. He's so good at that. I've seen him land it several times.
I also gotta give him the just like to have the wherewithal to say, listen, if I could just land this combination, I'm still gonna make it. Round start getting sweet. Man has no respect for Shin Mat out here. Wants to take the trophy, wants to take the crown.
That man looks at his bars and says, that's just opportunity.
Yeah, it's opportunity. I'm gonna make it work. Kitty bars, I'll make anything work. Hashimini kick, no confirm though. Just checking out the moments. When the foots again. Side switch though.
Corner. Oh no, he wasn't blocking low. He's trying to wake up buns.
He's doing that because now he's close to stun. And there it is, final Shin Mat. Though a risky last round, still lands a one on the board against Troy Boy. Now this is difficult because I to be honest, I can't tell you who's gonna win this one. Shin Mat looking a lot more solid with the jury pick, but Troy Boy has these clutch moments where like it just feels like it's super hard to stay solid against him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's super
yeah, he's
hard
looking
to,
good.
Like, I can evade every chaotic thing that can happen from this character, and easier said than done against Abigail.
And I think like Troy Boy is trying to prey right now on Shin Mat's current mental state with that comeback, but stuff the Shin Mat there getting back, despite that huge comeback, seeing that game together, 1-1 sounds a lot better than being down 2-0.
There are many players that like you beat them and they just get mad. Like things like that happen, they just get more pissed off and they just play better. Like you might have powered him up, but this is gonna power him down. EXDP, get that spacing. We call it the time. Coming through. But the checks from Shin Mat staying solid. Now you let him activate. Time for a trigger of my own. I'm about to unload the whole chamber. Let's get the DP, but he does get this combination. The tricky stuff. Stays in front, back throw. Yo, Shin Mat, you powered him up. You made him this way. You made him a villain today. Yo, Troy Boy, you shouldn't have did that. So if
Anger is real.
Bro, if I lose, I'm gonna be on a high fight clip or something like that. He's gonna clip that. His kids are gonna clip that for the clout. Not gonna let that happen. Shin Mat going and trying to get the perfect going. He's working out pretty well right now.
Nobody wants to be in the bad end of a high fight clip.
Absolutely not. Listen, I've been there a couple of times. I wouldn't recommend it. Troy Boy making a touch the sky though. Wake up with the buttons. I love it.
No checking on the. Love the neutral jump idea. Bait something out.
Nice. He knows he wants to go for that trigger activations. Backs off. He knows he wants to go for that sweep. He just knows what ranges to play at. Shin Mat saying, look, you're playing a little bit too obvious. Gets the beast of side switch. And this is now game point. This is the return of True Mat right here. Not Shin Mat. This is True Mat. The real Mat. Looking to put another win.
That was a very risky decision that worked out for Shin Mat, because if you block that D skill, that's like minus billion basically. You don't want to be in that situation versus Abigail when he has full bars too.
Yeah, especially because right after he hits the CA, you get the Oki. So let's see though if Shin Mat can keep that same energy going through. He's got one more to win before he can take Juicy online this week. The shimmy looking super strong here. Shin Mat with the overhead.
Attack by Troy.
The anti-airs though. Troy, send out the boys here. Mission was hard. Oh!
Who needs to walk down when you have sweeps?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's I think
mashing back here.
Someone walking. Oh man, it's up time. He trying to get the EX this time. We bust out, baby. We bust out.
Oh, you went for the wrong jump.
Shin Mat now. Yo, he's on match point. He's on match point, people. Troy Boy thought this was gonna be free. He thought he had the 5 kids behind him. Shin Mat said, I ain't got no kids. I ain't got nobody. I'm good by myself. I'm a lone wolf out here. Back throw there, crush counter. The dash up with the DP. Everything looking super solid. The throw too.
Oh man, he had those tricky setups. That looks like it's a button that's an accident. Okay, this could be the start of something.
Can't do it to him like that. Shin Mac going in. He's one more
Gonna be it?
confirmed. The stun, and it's done. Shin Mac gonna finish it with a super. Doesn't even need it. No, doesn't even need it. Shin Mac bringing it back all the way from losers. He is your winner of Juicy Weekly. Hit him with the grand finals reset. Gave y'all that jury action, and this is, I think, it's